Boom! We're doing it. We are doing it right now, y'all. Welcome back, my friends, to the CTA Show. I am that CTA. CT Adams, Los Angeles wannabe comedian, whatever the fuck you want to call me. Oh, it's all right. We're not gonna start by cursing here. We're gonna calm down. Today is June 25th. June 25th, 2020. Yeah, the shit's still hitting the fan, baby, and you and I are right there along for the ride. So today we're gonna start off by talking about subscribers. You guys, I had a 15% increase in subscribers in a week. That's a lot. That's a lot. I went from 20 to 23. So, you know, at that rate, I should be able to... You can't change the name of the channel, wherever it is. You can't change the name of the channel till you have 200 subscribers. And if I want to... Not buy subscribers. If you want to, what is it? You pay for people and then they find people who will like your sites. They might be Russian bots, they might not, but you'll get your numbers. I can't do it. I can't fake it. Why would I fake? Why would 200 people watch this show? Get out of my face. I just want to appreciate all the subscribers. At 23, woo! I don't know what I'm going to do. My ego is starting already to get out of control. What do we want to get into today, you guys? Holy shit, right? It's still going on. Everything's going on. The world's falling apart. You know why? Because the shit's still going to be here. It's not really falling apart, dude. Unless you live in one of the countries that America is bombing. You know, then you're falling apart. Or North Korea, you've already fallen apart. But today, our show is about comedy and not about politics. You know? When I started this show, I was just talking about COVID-19. I wanted everybody to know how to wear the mask. Don't wear the mask with the hole in the mask. Let's all stay apart. You know, I was trying to keep the morale up, talking to some of my friends. And then something happened, man, around episode 66. That's the day after the George Floyd incident. I didn't know his name then. I just did episode 66. I talk about it in that episode. And ever since that day, now we're on a different thing. Now the civil rights, Black Lives Matter, the people are moving. I got one friend, she calls me, they're like, you know, he's like, hey, come on, man. Don't you think all lives matter? I mean, what is that even, you know, how could you even say black lives? Why wouldn't you say all lives matter? And I'm like, I don't know how many times we have to repeat this. Like, all lives matter. Yes, yes. But not until the black ones do. That's what the black people tell me. That's Dave Chappelle word, not mine. I suggest we all follow Dave Chappelle's lead when it comes to Black Lives Matter. All lives matter. I think that the whole problem is, here's my solution. Black Lives Matter too. Black Lives Matter also. Black Lives Matter. While all lives matter, of course, but now we're going to focus on Black Lives Matter. Like, if you need to have that many words, but you see, the problem is kids thinking Twitter thought it doesn't make sense. Black Lives Matter. Also, that should get rid of all the grammar Nazis and the regular Nazis. I don't know. Dude, if your whole argument hinges on a word, let's just... Alright. Comedy, not politics. Great job, Christopher, being comedy and not politics. Whatever. Whatever. Oh, Lord. So, who thinks it's over? Who thinks that we're reopening was a good idea? Who thinks... Eeks. Nobody wants to say I told you so. Most of all, Dr. Fiucci. He told us so. Okay, I'll say it for him. He told us so. We didn't listen. I mean, the truth is he had his moments. You know, he had those 2 or 3 weeks where every day Trump would talk to him and people were like, oh, this guy's standing up to Trump. And Trump was like, nah, we got to push this guy back into the... There you are, Dr. Fiucci. Good job. So we got Fiucci out of the way. No more logic to worry about. He's still giving press conferences. They're just not covered every day. You know what I'm saying? And that's how the media does us wrong. That's why you come here for your news. Oh, don't come here for the news. Please double check me. I don't know what's happening anywhere. All right. I'm going to talk about some COVID stuff. COVID-19. It is going to be around for a long time. Okay? Don't think that it's not. Don't think that there's a weaker strain or that it's okay. It's nerve-wracking, man. It's nerve-wracking every time you get within of a person. It's just So we as in America, the most infections in one day, over 45,000. 45,000. What's our death number at? 125,000. Yesterday, 45,000 people found out they're positive for it. The whole thing about the testing makes the numbers go up. They said the exact same thing about AIDS. So I cannot buy that as an excuse. I cannot buy that. Okay? If people are infected, they need to know that they were infected. They need to know that they have had it and that they are a COVID-19 survivor. You need to have the closure, the positivities. You're going to need to have it on your dang health bill in a few years when they're like, did you have COVID when it came out? They're going to ask you. Insurance is going to ask you. You think they're not? They are. Did you have COVID? Well, I don't know. Well, we can't insure you because you had COVID. Like, wait. Just wait till they find new ways to fuck you. Like, but we all... 45,000 cases. Go back. 45,000 cases. Texas, you know, it was a success. They opened up for Memorial Day. What's that? About 3 weeks ago. Wink, wink, wink. And now everybody's got COVID. Holy smokes. Who would have thunk it? So Texas has decided to suspend elective surgeries. Did you hear that? Texas is suspending elective surgeries. That point in the crisis, at that point when hospitals suspend elective surgeries, that's the beginning of crisis. Just so you know. Well, Christopher, what the hell do you mean by that? Well, here's what I mean. We talked about the heart attack rate is 4 times higher in New York for what it is now because they can't go and get the angioplasty. They can't go and get the chest x-ray and get the checkup, the elective surgery. So they have to wait until they have a heart attack. Then they can go have the surgery. Well, of course, as you may have guessed, having a heart attack greatly increases your chances of death as opposed to not having a heart attack. So that's how it works. That's how COVID is bad for us, for all of you non-mask wearing non-believers, okay? They have suspended elective surgeries in Texas, okay? Now you got to, like, right? You tore your ACL? No, they can't fix that. You're going to have to shoot yourself in the foot so that they will look at you at the hospital. Emergencies only, y'all. Emergencies only. But nobody wants to say, I told you so. Nobody wants to say that's what you get. That's bullshit. I don't want that's what you get. I don't want people dying so that you can just be all smug. Well, that's what you get. Leave that shit to Bill Maher. Okay? I don't want people to die unnecessarily. Don't you? Like, why is that? Where the fuck are these pro-life people that now we require it? You know, the lieutenant governor of Texas is the one that said, there's more important things than living. There's more important things than living. Like this economy. If we blow up this economy, it won't be worth it to live. And I go, really? What a... Starting to get angry. We're going to calm down. Drink from the red cup. I'm just saying, that's my argument for abortion. Right? Oh my God, you're going to ruin this poor woman's economy. Or this young married couple's economy. They can't have a third baby. Okay? You're going to ruin these people's economy. Isn't some things more important than life, Mr. What is it? I'm just saying, man, that's Texas. My family lives in Texas. Okay, Wichita County. Wichita County has cases? Why, that's the middle of nowhere. Why is it there? Why is it there? That's my point, dude. This is, once again, we're dealing with what? Transmittable virus, deadly virus with no cure. Transmittable disease with no cure. We say it, don't spray it. Not only is it killing people, it's killing businesses. And Chuck E. Cheese If you don't know about Chuck E. Cheese, it is germ central. Holy shit. You only go there if you have kids or your friends' kids are having a party and you just want to let them pee all over the video games and then you go home. That's what Chuck E. Cheese is. I knew Chuck E. Cheese was going out because if they had to do everything as takeout only, no, but why would you go? Why? Why would you want pea-soaked pizza to go when you could just have any other pizza in the world? You only go to Chuck E. Cheese for the experience of going. And now with nobody going, why would it? And you can't. Ugh. So Chuck E. Cheese is out. Okay? Chuck E. Cheese out. Thank God. Goodbye, Chuck E. You suck. Why shouldn't businesses go out? Okay? I don't get it. Ruth's Chris Steakhouse got a $20 million bailout from the government. They gave it back after public shaming, maybe 10 days later, a week later, 2 weeks later, somewhere around. They gave it back. We're so sorry. What the fuck? We didn't mean to do that. Now, how many of us could get a check for $20 million and then 2 weeks later have to give it back and still have that $20 million? I mean, if you really needed it, you'd be like, no, man, I paid the electric bill, I paid this bill, I paid that bill. I don't have the $20 million. You know, I bought a Lamborghini made out of chocolate. What did you expect? You gave me $20 million bucks. But here's my point. Ruth's Chris Steakhouse came about when Miss Ruth bought out Mr. Chris and his wonderful steakhouse. Okay? So when she went to buy it out, there was no bailout for Chris. That's how Ruth's Chris came to be. Was one business couldn't hang, another one bought it, switched the name, changed corporate, and now, you know what I'm saying? You don't want it for you, you want it for this. Oh, you want to predatorily take over somebody else's business when it fits you, but you don't want to have that happen. Come on, middle fish. You can't eat another fish and not want another fish to eat. That's how the food chain works. And Chuck E. Cheese is out. Yo, Chuck E. Cheese is not the only thing that's out. They're only out because they make bad pizza and generally have a poor business model. Let's go to the socially kicked out stuff. Ooh, socially kicked out. Disneyland is changing Splash Mountain. Disneyland is changing Splash Mountain. Now, zippity-doo-dah, zippity-yay. They won an Oscar for that song. Are they going to give that back? How does it work? Obviously, if you don't know the story, the Splash Mountain ride at Disneyland is based upon Song of the South, which has a questionable to poor representation factor. A lot of people don't like Song of the South. They consider it to be a very racist movie. They consider the shucking and jiving of everybody to not be fun, not to be proper. I kind of agree with them. Side note, for Song of the South, Hattie McDaniel from Gone with the Wind, in both movies. That poor woman's most famous works are pieces of racial trash. Now, she was a fine actress. You understand? She could have been, but no. We don't want to see you like this. We can't see you like this. We can't see you as an actress. We can only see you as a black servant. Like, it was fucked up. It still is. It still is. Right? You get typecast. You know, modern day it happens. Emma Stone casts a Japanese girl. Whatever. Faulty Towers was an English dude playing a Spaniard. And it was so racist that they showed it in Spain. They had to change from Spanish to an Italian. That's how racist the character was. They always, whatever country they were showing it, it wasn't from your country. That guy's from another. Oh man, where you just lost it. Christopher, what are you talking about? All right. Zippity-doo-dah, zippity-yay. My, oh my, all racists are gay. Is that how the song's going to go now? What are they going to do? So, here's how they're going to refit Splash Mountain to make people happy. You ready? You ready? Princess and the Frog. Yeah, that Disney movie you never saw. It has a black lead in it. They change her into another character. They don't even let her be black in the movie. She got to turn into a frog, which looks mysteriously like the WB frog. Just going to leave my racial conspiracies there. Okay, so Disney is changing their tune, and they're changing Splash Mountain to another movie that it's not made by black people. It's not really a black film, you know. Coming to America, black film directed by John Landis, but they said he was okay, and that's the best you can get as a white person. Oh, that guy's all right. Like, yeah, that's all you want, man. Don't be out there virtue signaling and doing all this, putting up text and stuff, starts in here, man. You gotta have it. It sucks, bro. It sucks to tell people that they're wrong, and not wrong, but like you're wrong. Like you don't, But people getting so crazy. Like nobody wants to hear that they're wrong. They want to make bullshit gestures. Oh, I know I'm wrong, but we'll make it right. I'll give you an example. Here's some examples, Christopher. The Dixie Chicks. Yeah, they're still alive. Yes. Yes. I don't know, early 2000s maybe? Anyway, the Dixie Chicks are changing their name to the Chicks. We talked the other day about Lady Antebellum changing their name to Lady A. And I misspoke. I said Antebellum was the time after Civil War. Because the time before the Civil War. So, Lady Antebellum changed her name to Lady A. There's already a singer named Lady A from Seattle. She got like 10 albums out. I don't know. And she's like, you can't just take my Now, there's probably a band called the Chicks. It's like, hey, what the hell? We thought about our name first, okay? We're not the N-word chick. We're not the blank chicks. We're not the blah, blah, blah chicks. Like, Dixie Chicks. Come on, man. That's how you got famous. Your whole thing was like you were cute cowgirls who played the mandolin. That was the Dixie Chicks' whole spiel, And they're going to go around and kill their friend's abusive husband. Like which is a great song, by the way. But then what did they say? They said that they were embarrassed of George W. Bush as president. And the whole country, the Republican side of the country, the country side of the country, the right-wing country, they all turned on him. Burned their records, didn't go to the country. They were banned. And then the Republicans were like, we'll show you. You think George Bush is embarrassing? Next guy we get in is going to make... People are going to look back at George Bush and be like, he was wonderful. Don't you miss him? I miss him. Oh, God, we miss him. You see what I'm saying? So the Dixie Chicks changed it. There it is. There it is. All is well in the world now. We're going to put that on the list, right? What was on the list? We got the list. Aunt Jemima, Confederate flag, Sambos. I think they're coming for Uncle Ben. And now the Dixie Chicks. Woo! Social justice warrior victory. I guess. Is that what... dude, I don't want to see that. I want to see some more black professors teaching black history. That might be a start. How about some mental health counselors in the hospital, in the high schools and the colleges, instead of so many police? I'm just saying, how about a neighborhood watch program that doesn't resemble a goddamn shakedown, extortion, RICO tactic? Huh? How about some unity, folks? Palm Springs wants to take down a statue of Mayor Frank Bogart. Mayor Frank Bogart. He was mayor twice. He was mayor like in the 50s or 60s, and then he was mayor in the 80s when I was a little baby. And he said very mean things about black people. What else is there? There's no other way to put it. There's no other way to sugarcoat it. Straight up said, let them have their own, just went the Godfather way about it, right? So they want to take that down in Palm Springs. They want to take that statue down. Palm Springs has statues of Sonny Bono, Lucille Ball. What would Palm Springs put in place of Frank Bogart? Who has meant more to the desert? I would say Frank Sinatra. But then there's people that don't, oh no, not Sinatra. No. Too controversial. Okay, not Sinatra. Who then? Who else means more? How about some of the Native Americans that, we do have a couple of them, but we could always put up statues. Oh, no. How about Columbus? No. Okay. So I don't know how this Frank Bogart thing's going to... And that's why. Dude, in New Orleans, they had a sheriff named Henry Lee. Henry Lee. Not white. He was their sheriff for years. Because he was a racist Asian dude. The white people were like, yeah, we like him. He's on our side. He was a mean dude, but he was a great sheriff. Okay? The people loved Henry Lee. Okay? They loved him. And he has statues all over New Orleans. Statues in Metairie. Like they know who he is. Are they going to get mad one day and take a look? Also, what's up with the statues? Why are we still using statues? Isn't it like... Don't you just put up like a Pokemon marker now and people will forever remember? I don't know how you... Plus, nobody gives a shit about statues. Like, we talked the other day about some of the statues getting vandalized in Virginia, where some of the abolitionists and people are just like, fuck you. And they're like, oh, this guy was actually, all right, whatever. All right, you're off on a tangent, Christopher. Let's end today on a happy note, you guys. Let's end today on a happy note, okay? Today, one of the best days I've had in quarantine, turmoil, whatever you want to call this place we're living right now. Today's one of the best days I've had. I got to talk to so many different people today on the phone. I got to talk to my buddy in Florida for an hour. I spent all day on the phone. Hours and hours and hours. An hour with this person, an hour with... Dude, it made my heart feel so good to hear their voices, to hear what's going on, to not just have a 2-second text conversation, to really get in deep, to hear what the fuck is going on in their life, man, because that's all we got left, okay? What do you think? What do you think's happening right now? Look around in America right now. What's happening? Division, it's an election year, racial tensions are high, the economy's going bad, high unemployment, there's a once-in-a-lifetime disease. Oh my, will it ever get better? Bro, it's always gotten better. Unless you're 100% cynic and you just think it's been bad for the last 100 years. Sometimes I fall into that category, but I know that there is joy to be had on this earth. And if there's one thing for me that truly brings joy is my people. Okay? I don't find joy in a new car, you know, or a new this, or a new that, or some ice, or some what, as you can see, right? What I find joy in is people, man, and connecting with my people, and talking to them, and hearing what's going on. You know, Orange County, Ridgecrest, Florida, Palm Springs. I mean, I hear you guys. I feel you guys. You know, I love you guys. That is the most important thing in life, is what we got here. You know, tell your people that you love them, man. Call somebody. Give your kids a hug. It makes me feel good that people, dude, do you ever have somebody tell you a story and you forgot about the story, and then they'll tell you the story and you're like, that is a great story. Wow, that's so good. They're like, you don't remember that? You're like, I don't remember that. I was fucked up on cocaine. I'm sorry. I'm a bad person. I don't remember that in my life. I hear the story now, and like, I'm glad that I was a good person then. I'm glad that the story is funny. I'm glad that it was very pleasant, but I'm sad that I don't remember. Like, that's, you know, that's my own personal health. It's got nothing to do with you guys, but, you know, that's how it works, man. So, from now on, the Dixie Chicks will now just be called the Chicks, and still nobody will listen to them. That's how we're going to end today's show, right there. Roll the goddamn credits. Guys, thanks for listening. I truly, truly do enjoy talking to you guys about everything. Hip-hop, whatever, man. So, thank you very much for all the love. I appreciate you. To my 23 subscribers.